James, obviously results affect confidence. Confidence is affected by results. They both go hand in hand. Do you feel you're in a kind of vicious circle at the moment?
Well, confidence is how do you gain confidence, or how do you get confidence? You play well, you work hard, you get results. There's been games that have been terrible. Confidence has been knocked, and we've went and got a result at the weekend after it. So look, what you've got to be is resilient, and as a group we need to show a bit more of that. We need to be more resilient. I think when that goal went in, the heads dropped, and that was the sucker punch, but you can't let that affect you in football. And collectively as a group we've spoke about that, and we need to be better at that, because even though they did score with 30 seconds to go, and yeah, it was a body blow, and we're looking back on it and saying we could have, should have been doing it. It doesn't mean anything, and as I say, talk is cheap. You need to put the ball in the net, you need to defend your own box, and by doing that you get confidence, and that was shown in the United game and the St Johnstone game. Bodies thrown on the line, and then you think you're getting it right at the top end of the pitch with creating chances, but it's still that last final bit. But to come out and have the second half we had was disappointing collectively for the football club. Football, the beauty of it is you move on very quickly, and we've got a massive tie at Tynecastle tomorrow, which I would imagine will be in front of a packed house as well.
You and your coaches are working flat out to try and get things right on the park. Do you feel that somewhere along the line, once they cross that white line, that maybe they're not getting the message and they're not taking it on board? No,
I don't think that for 1 second. Now what we're asking them to do, and they're believing in it. How do we know that? Because you speak to the senior players, you watch what they're doing in training. You seen that first half they went out, and look, when you go out, it doesn't always go to plan what you've worked on all week. Something can happen in a game. You can never plan for how that first goal goes in or the timings, but what you've got to be is resilient to do that. We weren't, and in the second half we weren't good enough as a group, and that includes, I pick the team, so I take nothing away from myself, but what the players are doing, they're giving everything for the football club. Now, do I get decisions wrong? Of course I do, and I'm not looking for sympathy or a cop out. Like, when you're the manager, you pick the team, you're in that position that you make the choices along with your coaching staff, and I believe I'm very lucky in the staff I've got here, and the board I've got here, the owners, Gordon, Dave, Martin, all the staff here. But most importantly, we've got the backing of the players, and they're showing that. And people will point fingers at that second 45 minutes, but we took the sucker punch, but let's see the reaction tomorrow night and what we get for that.
And as you try so very hard to dig yourselves out of a bit of a hole, how important is it? Obviously the fans have made the frustrations clear towards you and the players. How important is it they stick behind the boys, get right behind them and stick at it?
Yeah, back the players, and they always will back the players, and that's the main thing for me. When you're the manager of any club, and there'll be 4 or 5 doing press conferences today in this league alone, saying the exact same thing, that let the stick come to me. You're not happy to take it, because you're a human being. It's never nice, but I'd much rather the players were getting backed by the fans, and any pressure or any noise that can come directed at me, because the players are going out and they're giving absolutely everything for that football club. That's not to say I'm not, but I'd much rather the fans just got right behind those players, because when they do, they help us, and they know that themselves. The players feed off that. The fans certainly know it, and you've seen it, and you have seen it in games where they've dragged us on. Look, I've been here long enough. I've been in football long enough, and I've been at this club long enough to know how it works, and it's a results-driven business. As a manager, I've not been getting enough results recently, but I'm working day and night along with my coaching staff, along with the players, along with everybody involved, to turn this around, and we've got full belief we will turn this around.
And team news, how are things looking squad-wise?
Okay. A few wee niggles that we'll just keep we'll keep quiet at the minute, but no, we should go to Tynecastle strong, yeah, and we're going there again. Look, we got a point there earlier in the season. We were going again to try and get a positive result, because with games running out, it's going to take a lot to get us out of this position, and it's games like this where you need to go, and these are the ones that you go and you give everything, and you come away with something positive, and we hope that to be all 3 points.
Speaking about goals, Danny, you'll be delighted to see Niall McGinn here. How confident are you that he can give you the supply that you need? Because if you get the chances, you've shown that you'll put the ball away.
Yeah, he's a very good player. It's good to have him here. You see it in training. He's crossing balls every opportunity he gets, and he done it at Aberdeen, and he also chipped in with the goals as well. So it's a good addition, and hopefully we can link up at the weekend.
Obviously, Hearts got a real battering from Rangers last time out. Do you feel you're getting them at a good time?
Well, hopefully, when a team gets beat 5-0, as you could say, it would be a good time or a bad time, because when you get beat 5-0, you want to go and turn it over and prove people wrong. So hopefully we go and turn up and we catch them in an off day as well.
It's been a traumatic time results-wise. Two 9 league games, 2 draws and 7. I'm trying to do my maths here. In 9 games, I failed maths at school. In 9 league games, 2 draws and 7 losses. I mean, would you say Dundee are in a kind of desperate situation right now?
Well, I think we know where we are this season. I think the spell which you just spoke about, we came through. It was going to define our season, and we know we're in a relegation battle. So we need to start picking up points. There's no two ways about it. So hopefully we can start it against Hearts.
And team spirit, morale around the camp, how is that holding up? Because it must have taken a real pounding.
Yeah, well, as I say, at times like this we need to keep working hard and working harder for each other, and hopefully it turns. And we're not a million miles away from the teams ahead of us. So if we do get the run of games and results that we want to have, we can hopefully start looking up. But right now we need to focus on just trying get off the bottom of the table and start looking up.
Many would say that this is kind of make or break time for Dundee, but just how big a lift, apart from the 3 points, which would be great if you could beat Hearts, how big a lift would that give the whole club really?
Yeah, I think obviously any 3 points the whole season would give the club a lift, but as you say, right now we need to get points on the board, and it's a tough game after that, so we need to try and get as many points to the board as quickly as possible.